Henry VI's early childhood was spent in royal residences around the Thames Valley, and his education focused on literacy, physical discipline, courtly behaviour and Christian values. To begin with, he was under the care of Dame Alice Boteler, but then that moved to Richard Beauchamp, the Earl of Warwick, who became his governor in 1428. His early years were very much overshadowed by the mounting diplomatic pressure and conflict between things happening in England and France. After his English coronation, he later travelled to France for his French coronation in 1530 and to try and establish some royal authority there. However, Joan of Arc, who was then later captured and executed in 1431, had already really riled up some French resistance. His coronation, 7 months after her execution, really did little to diminish this feeling. In 1432, he returns to England, leaving his uncle John, the Duke of Bedford, to preserve English rule in France. Now, from 1433, divisions really got worse. His two uncles, Bedford and Gloucester, who are in charge of France and England, really start to argue over French policy. Bedford, who'd been in charge of France, was pretty realistic, but he was exhausted, and then Gloucester, who is over in England, is determined not to lose the French territory. Now, while these two were having their heated disputes, Henry, still a child, was often brought in to sort of act as a neutral, stable figure. While he may have still been a powerless child, he represented stability between these two. However, Bedford actually dies in 1435 while he's still acting as regent of France. This led to a real lack of foreign allegiance with England, and apparently Henry was genuinely very devastated at the loss of this uncle. Now, meanwhile, his mother, Catherine of Valois, or Valois, however you wish to pronounce it, was gradually removing herself from his life. Her relationship with Owen Tudor, a Welsh squire, had distanced her from the political sphere of court. Her health started to deteriorate in the 1430s and she died in 1437. So we leave Henry in 1437 with very little emotional support in his life. Therefore, it's probably time that he starts looking for a wife. As always, if you want more, don't forget you can check out my free Tudor community at patreon.com/Tudor Tales.